It's time now for Tech 24, and this week it's been the battle of the tech bros, and it might be the most consequential courtroom drama Silicon Valley has ever produced. Elon Musk, the world's richest man, versus Sam Altman, the man who put artificial intelligence in everyone's pocket. It's the start of a high-stakes trial over the future of OpenAI, the parent company of ChatGPT, and perhaps the future of artificial intelligence itself. Joining me in the studio to break it all down is Charlotte Lamb. Charlotte, welcome.
Hi, Catherine. What a week it's been. So to recap, this is a case that goes back to the founding of OpenAI in 2015 as a nonprofit, which was co-founded and initially funded by Musk before evolving into a for-profit structure, now reportedly eyeing a valuation of hundreds of billions rather. So this week's testimony revolved around a central question. Why is Musk suing OpenAI? Now, he says he's trying to save OpenAI's mission. He wants the company to be returned to non-profit control, leadership to be removed, and billions in damages. Now, OpenAI says Musk is just a disgruntled former partner trying to slow a rival after launching his own AI company, and they both deny each other's claims, and they're both positioning themselves for what could be among the biggest tech valuations in history. Let's hear now from OpenAI's lawyer.
I'll only say that there have been a lot of claims that a charity was stolen, and we believe and now know that the evidence is going to show that the OpenAI Foundation has been in command of OpenAI from the beginning. It remains in control of the organization. It is one of the best capitalized and most ambitious not-for-profits in the world, and it's going to do great things. Nothing's been stolen. What's happened is that birth has been given to a spectacular not-for-profit.
So, Charlotte, beyond these big personalities, what's the case actually about?
Well, if we strip away this narrative that it is the clash of the billionaires, this case comes down to a question that no law has really fully answered yet. If you build a powerful technology that you pledge will benefit humanity and it becomes worth billions of dollars, does that promise still bind you? That's the big question. Now, Musk says it does. And he took to the stand this week, not before posting all over social media, calling OpenAI CEO Sam Altman Scam Altman to his followers. Now, we must remember that this is a case that was hard to select a jury for because the judge found that several potential jurors already had a negative view of Musk because of pointing to behavior such as this. But Musk, in the court this week, he says his early funding of around $38 million, it was a charitable donation, not an investment, and that the nonprofit then be effectively converted into private gain. So OpenAI will argue that the mission hasn't changed from that nonprofit and it still governs the company. And the for-profit arm exists to fund the scale of research required to build advanced AI. Now, both of these arguments are plausible, and that's why this trial is important. That's what makes it so interesting. There's no clear legal framework for what OpenAI or artificial intelligence in general has become, and that broader debate we're seeing that play out outside the courtroom. Just this week, we've seen protesters outside the California courtroom, and it's all builds into that growing mistrust that we're seeing develop in society. Let's take a listen to some of these protesters.
I love it. I think it's a great tool and it can really help make work better and easier for a lot of people. It probably will replace some jobs. So that's why we need to control how it rolls, how it works, and we need to make sure that has safeguards and guardrails that will prevent it. There's that fear of some AI taking over the world and ending civilization. That's the extreme case. But between here and there, we need to be careful.
They have stated and run ad campaigns that they want to replace workers with machines. What is there left for us to do? What human economy will there be left after that? And then will have built the tools to oppress us for complaining about it.
So one of the protesters seems to feel guide rails on AI and we're okay, while the other one's concerned that the technology is going to oppress all of us. So are these fears really being answered in this trial? Is the trial speaking to them?
I think those two perspectives summarize what the AI debate is currently. We know it's here. Artificial intelligence is here. Many of us use it. Many of us love it. It is incredibly beneficial in many workplaces as well. They see it as a powerful tool that maybe just needs more regulation, and there is a lot of expertise behind that saying more regulation is needed. Others say it is a technology that could concentrate power economically and politically and is in the hands of just a few. So this trial really brings those fears into a courtroom in a way that policymakers haven't yet managed. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that today is World Press Freedom Day, and the latest Global Press Freedom Index did name tech platforms and AI as contributors to the decline of press freedom, specifically pointing to Meta abolishing fact-checking and Musk's near-daily attacks on the media. If you take a look on the screen, what we're showing you right now, that is Musk. That's what he posted today on World Press Freedom Day. He's previously called traditional media obsolete while his AI tools are racing to replace it. So there is also fighting back. I should also mention Australia this week did announce that it will be charging big tech a levy unless they strike deals with local news, and that's a way to get back at the algorithm. But bringing it back to this court case, these fears are very legitimate, and this isn't just a dispute over who controls one company. It's a test of whether public interest promises it can survive private market scale, whether the rules we have are enough for the technology we're building, and ultimately who gets to shape the future of AI.
Well, Charlotte, sounds like there are some serious concerns that will need answering here. Thank you so much for this. And that wraps up another edition of Tech 24 here on France 24.